Bear down. Bear down.
It's a bear down.
Who you finna call? Bearsbanter. First things first, what's the team in question? Heard Soldier Field got a couple lethal weapons. Bear down, first down, couple key possessions. Come to the post game, watch them teach some lessons. Say, what? I don't think them people are convinced. I say call them, but they tell you how to read a blitz. They in cover 2, tell me why they switch to cover 6. Every Friday at 7:30, no I cannot miss. Like, hey yo, yeah we live for the post game show.
Oh, Jay. There you go.
Sorry, y'all. Week 18, Bears versus Lions. You know, the Bears are 11-3 since that 52-21 debacle in week 2. And as petty as I feel that Ben Johnson is, we finna get our lick back. Week 18, Bears versus Lions, bear down.
Let's talk about it.
We're going to need more than lick back. We gonna
bear down.
He said, hey, we're going to need more than a lick back, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna need more than the lick back. But you know, right now we slide into number 2 spot in the playoffs. It's a lot of scenarios that, not a lot, but we got some scenarios that we can wind up number 3 if we don't win this game. Looking at the injury report from the Lions, they got a lot of people on the injury report.
Yes, sir.
The Bears are favored by 3, and I just feel they need to come out and take care of business to solidify this number 2 seed and let us roll from there. You know, I've heard a lot of talk this week where people talking about, Caleb and he needs 270 yards to be the first quarterback to throw for 4,000. But that's not important to me. That's really not important to me. It might be important to Caleb, and it's possible. He threw for 207 yards in the week 2 loss. But this offense is a lot better now than it was 16 weeks ago. So
I don't think he
so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And let's talk about it for a second, though, because, I was one of the components against getting the number 1 seed. I don't like having a bye. If you're following college football, you can tell why I don't like the bye. I mean, Indiana's been the only team that won. Indiana's been the only team that won that hasn't sat out. That sat out. And so when you start sitting out, you start getting a little rusty and things like that. You got a week of really not doing a lot in practice. You just scheming to see who you play because you really can't run a scheme or anything like that. So you just trying to put something together just to try to stay fresh, but you can't because you're not in your routine. So I'm not one of those guys that really like that bye week.
Mm-hmm.
Is somebody watching Little House on the Prairie? What is going on back there? What the hell going on? It's like Little House on the Prairie in the background.
Hey, you went back quick, Little House on the Prairie.
Man, I'm like,
Right, because I'm like, Little House on the Prairie. Do they?
Man, it's Friday night.
Hey, you know what? Something that's gonna have to happen, man. I was looking at the box score. Jamison Williams had 2 catches for 108 yards. Got to stop that. If you looked at the stats, the team stats, as I'm looking at it, it's not really much of a difference, but it was just certain.
Guy froze up. I know what he's talking about, though. I know what he's talking about, though, because both receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Williamson went over 100 yards.
At 100 piece. And you know what? One thing, we had 8 penalties for 50 yards. We were 2-2 in the red zone. We had 4.
Hey, Detroit got his number tonight. They like, you're not gonna bad talk us tonight, guys. They like, you gonna talk all Bears, you ain't talking us. So they just zapping his internet.
It's your mama.
I told Guy all 2025, man, that cricket don't work on the Bears Banter Talk Show. And he just decided he's still gonna be cricketing. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, first of all, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. Caleb Williams is going to be the Bears' all-time greatest quarterback for yards because he's only 109 yards away from what the current record is. He's also 270 yards away from that 4,000-yard figure, which I don't think it really matters one way or the other, but I think Caleb Williams wants to go and get that. Also, more important, it looks like, a lot of the Lions are not going to be able to play. The biggest person that's out is Penny Sewell.
Yep.
He is an offensive lineman. He's professional. His brother plays for the Bears, just hurt himself last week. I see that making a tremendous change. And the other thing that we need to look for is the Bears defense got thoroughly manhandled and embarrassed, giving up that 52-burger. Last week, Goff gave up 3 picks and 2 fumbles. So he's ready to just start going to Costa Rica or whatever. So I think the Bears defense is going to actually be able to put a much better handle on Detroit this week. So that's what I'm looking for. What y'all
Man, we gotta stop Gibbs though. I mean that monster starts with Gibbs.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about that passing game, but I mean, you got 2 elite speedsters who I don't think we got a guy with that elite speed on defense. You talking about Gibbs and Williams. Them 2 dudes, they start getting loose, and it's like good night, Dolly Gray. I mean, they got some speed, and then you got the disgruntled running back over there too. He need to get popped a little bit,
Montgomery, he mad that he left?
Yeah, we got to welcome him back home. He said he wanted to get out of there. We're going to welcome him back a little bit.
And it's just amazing how he wanted to get out of there. He had those 2 years of glory, and now he's back in the tank of losing. So I just really think that, like I say, as much as I love Ben Johnson, I love his pettiness, and I just actually think that he's gonna look to run the score up on the Lions if he can.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, as far as Caleb going to try to go for that 270 or the team going to try to go for it, I think that's like low on their priority list in this game. I do think, I should say, I don't know what they're going to do as far as playing the whole game. I think they do want to get in this game and definitely get good momentum and get some scoring. But I do think some of the stuff that Detroit does may dictate what happens in that game.
Yeah, because
from a defensive standpoint, I'm pretty sure the Bears are going to leave the starters out there because they got to get in some kind of rhythm. Again, Detroit got that 50-burger last time. Then we coming off getting embarrassed by San Francisco. The Bears.
Oh, we ain't get embarrassed. We ain't get embarrassed playing. Don't say we got embarrassed. We ain't get embarrassed.
We didn't give up 42 points last week.
But we didn't get embarrassed.
But the defense still got an A. The defense got an A. That's all that
matters. Yeah, my point. If as a defensive player you give up 40 points to somebody,
okay,
and the next week, you better be ready to hit somebody in the mouth. So there you go.
Well, I just say it wasn't an embarrassment because we did match score for score. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying as far as the Bears giving up as many points as they gave up. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's just like you have, like, prior to that week, how many points did the Bears give up? They gave up 16. So we're talking about a team that you play in your division, in your conference, where you match their energy. And I just feel like the Bears matched San Francisco energy. They just wasn't able to keep up. And the bottom line is the last person with the ball is going to score. And the Bears was in a position where they had the ball last and they could have scored. So, I hear you playing where you say embarrassed because we did give up 42 points. But at the same time, when you match score for score, it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, we didn't put the ball in the end zone at the time we needed to put the ball in the end zone.
My point, though, if the last time you played this team, I'm talking about the Lions, you gave up 50.
52.
Then you say, all right, we much better. We ready. And the week before you played them, you give up 42. That doesn't trend correctly.
We went down 10 points. I mean,
Okay.
we're getting better.
Right. Okay.
We're getting better. We gave up 42 instead of 52. Come on,
52,
man.
right.
Yeah,
If you want to
that's
look
progress.
at it that way, that's
Okay.
progress.
All right.
That's
I got
I
progress.
mean, either the glass half empty or throw the same damn glass out the window. I mean, what we doing? We got to pick and choose, man. I think it was still, somebody said last week, though, I think it was because I think they were still riding an emotional high from that Green Bay game.
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
when you get into those games, it's like, all right, you could use that as like, yo, that's our Super Bowl there because we know we got to beat them. We don't necessarily have to beat San Fran. I'm trying to figure out what do I have against San Fran. Maybe they bridge sucks or something like that. I'm trying to get motivated to play this game, and it's not there. It's like I know if I lose against Green Bay, it's gonna be some stuff on the. We never gonna beat them. We da 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 da. But it's. I think they was emotionally damaged from that Green Bay game and never got back. To where they need to be in order to beat San Fran. And
And they
could
actually
have
look
still, and still could have beat them.
and they actually look really lethargic at that game. If you look at that last touchdown that Jawan Jennings caught last week for San
Yeah,
Francisco, if you look at Brisker and Bayer, it was almost like they was kind of like two steps behind.
Wait.
Yeah.
So I really do think that emotionally, and I said it last week, emotionally, I didn't know if they were going to be able to come down off that high because that Green Bay game was really like a playoff game. And
yeah.
even though it's a regular season game, week 17 or week 16 or whatever it was, it was an emotional high. And I just felt like they didn't come down from that emotional high. They
Hold
tried
on,
to
man.
they tried to go score for score, and it didn't work. But I
Okay.
I just feel like they'll be able to bounce back this week.
I got you, but this is we talking about the 49ers, right?
Hmm.
The same team that played us last year and beat us 38-13.
Yep.
So if you can't get up as a team for a team against an opponent that's been known to put foot to butt, you ain't necessarily ready. I don't care about playoff or anything else. We're talking about from a pride standpoint. So
Hey, man.
about that, we ended up having San Francisco score more than they did when they beat them last year.
But we also
Plank,
talking
come
about
on,
a team
Plank.
that we also talking about right. We also talk about a team that the year before that we did beat them in our home opener. So
we're going back 3 or 4 years instead of the year before.
well, you went back to last year. So
Plank.
I'm just
Hey,
talking about
wait a minute.
the year
Hey,
before that we beat them.
wait a minute. Hey, listen. Wait.
2 years before
They
that, but okay.
Plank. You got to realize, man. They got medicine for people because they just can't get it up. I mean, sometimes you just can't get up for it. You know
I
what
don't
I'm
know
saying?
about that.
Sometimes you just can't get up for it, man. It just doesn't happen that way. You think you ready to play, you ready to go, and
Woo!
the game's not there. The game is
like,
just not there.
Womp, womp, womp.
Hey, you look a little bit dark, guy. You got your screen look a little dark. I could barely see you.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight.
Right.
I need to reboot.
No, I think I need to recalibrate.
Okay. Hey, approach. You know what? That was a good test for last week as well, because I think any doubts that we might have had lingering about the offense, I think that game made at least me personally feel more comfortable of them going into a playoff, and I know they can match the intensity of the other team. And I think all the stuff that people might have said something all year about, a lot of those things disappeared. Caleb Williams was hitting those deep balls. I mean, he hit a couple of deep balls because one of the things the complaints were early in the season, he was off on his deep ball accuracy, even though we hit that flea flicker. But when we started talking about something that was 25 yards or longer, he was missing those. He hit those in the Green Bay game. He hit those in the 49er game. He hit those short routes. And like Jay mentioned at one point, he was 20 of 29, which I think is about 72%, somewhere around there. So it was just a matter of fact that they had some drops then, and then in the fourth quarter, 49ers actually started dialing up some pressure that they had not dialed up, and was kind of making the pocket move a little bit more because they was absolutely getting no pressure. So I'm looking forward to, like, when you get into this game, I think Ben do want to put some points on them if he can. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, he's
Ben,
gonna run. He's gonna run the
Ben,
football too because it's gonna be.
Mhm.
I mean, you go to San Fran, the weather's nice, and you get into that throwing the ball thing with them. But I think you're gonna run the football here. It's cold. It's gonna be nice little frigid little day. Not in a little dome area. But when you go back to the teams that what last week showed me was that we could play with anybody. We can play with anybody. And so when you look at it, it's BTA to the Eagles. We didn't beat Green Bay. We went toe to toe with the 49ers. Sam Darnold likes to play and throw the ball to the other team. But you got the Rams there too. And Carolina and Tampa Bay, they ain't scaring nobody. So I mean it's ours. It's just sometimes we have to play a perfect game. And that's
mhm.
the thing that scares me sometimes with us. Can we play that perfect game? Do we always have to come from behind in order to do that? But I'll guarantee you this right here. And believe me when I say this, there's nobody in the playoffs that's like, yeah, give us the Bears. Ain't
Right,
nobody out
Right.
there
right,
like, yeah, we want the
right,
Bears. Everybody like, oh
right.
hell no, they gonna start losing. It's just like, hey,
Because
wait, where they at? Oh no, we need to win or lose this game. We don't want to play them.
because
Oh
I'm gonna
hell
tell you
no.
right now, not skipping ahead because we don't want to dismiss an opponent like the Lions. But right now, Green Bay is trickling. They like, we gonna have to go to Chicago to play the Bears again. Oh my God. They not looking forward to that.
I
And
like him like that.
Yeah,
the
that's
fact
who I
that
want.
me too. And the fact that they actually resting their starters this week lets me know that they like,
Yeah.
we got to get everybody healthy. They starting the third string quarterback against
Yeah.
Minnesota on Sunday.
Well,
So
they position can't change either in the playoff.
they position
So
can't change. Their
yeah,
position
so
can't change. But at the same time, they have lost 3 straight games.
Hmm.
mhm.
If they wind up losing to Minnesota, you talking about a team coming in, and I'm sorry I'm jumping ahead in the Detroit game, but are you talking about a team that may come in on a 4-game losing streak to the playoffs? Playoffs?
to
Yeah,
the
I like
to
that.
the east side frozen tundra.
I like that.
Come
I
on.
like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
that was who I wanted to play all along. I wanted Green Bay. I'm looking like where they at 7. All right, we need to win so we can stay 2. Let's play them.
Yep.
I want to
Yep.
play them.
JJ McCarthy is playing too.
Say it
But I
again.
mean,
I think
JJ
JJ
McCarthy.
McCarthy is playing against them too.
Means absolutely
Mm.
nothing because
He's playing
JJ done
against
missed a lot of games, man.
he has shown me absolutely nothing. But
He's
to get
missed a
back to the
lot of
Detroit
games.
game, we can't look ahead to the playoffs, although we are excited because the Bears have made the playoffs for the first time since 2020, which was
Yeah.
an year,
Right.
you know. But this team hasn't been good since 2018. So just looking ahead, but not looking past Detroit. We need to focus on this game and see what the outcome is going to be with this, and then we can go from there with the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't see any scenario where we look past Detroit because they basically handed us to us for a while, and definitely they did earlier this year. So we got some get back to show them. So what you
Right.
got, guy? Can you hear us?
I can hear you very well due to
Okay,
some
He still froze.
man. He made somebody in Detroit mad at him, man.
He must be
Oh
at the
man,
game
you know
already
what?
down that cold.
No, what happened was I ended up
You ended up what? See,
Wait, what?
see,
Yeah.
you never believe a black person when they say what had happened was. Everything after that is not going to be fact or fiction.
I had an update. I had Windows 11 update, man. So it's like it's kind of funky right now. But
I think that's what happened with my laptop when I updated to Windows 11. It started acting up. So right now I'm on my phone, so I'm having even problems seeing the messages and when people put the messages. But guy, I think you just need to call Otis Williams. You know, he runs Detroit.
Man,
ain't nobody trying to play for you, Otis.
nobody come to see you.
It's like crazy, yeah. Because I also have a virtual private network. I had to disable that and all types of stuff, man. I don't know, man. Maybe.
Oh my God.
Obviously, you disabled it. You did disable it.
It won't even let him get one sentence out.
God, just use sign language, bro. Just you might have to go to the chat.
I think Caleb Williams is looking forward to this game for a lot of reasons. One reason, last year during the offseason, he was on the St. Brown show, and Amon-Ra started saying stuff like, yeah, we can't wait to play y'all again. I hope y'all a little better. And Caleb kind of looked at him like, oh, we going to show up. Don't worry about it. We coming at y'all. So, Caleb been getting some get back against a lot of people that have been out there in his ear and saying that he ain't ready or the Bears ain't ready. So I'd like to see his response to all of the vitriol and all the things that people have been saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just think that the Bears need to stay focused and take this one game at a time mantra like they've done all season. For the Bears, they have really been like one game at a time. We're not going to let this game affect us. We're going to put this in the past and we're going to move on. So I'm just hoping that this is where they are at this time. And I believe that Ben Johnson will have his team ready to play on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully after the game we get to hear good, better, best. Never let it rest. So your good gets better and your better gets best.
Yeah,
Let's raise the offering.
Absolutely.
That's gonna be the sermon on every Sunday until the season over now.
Until the season is over.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Season over.
It is. One of y'all mentioned earlier about the receiving core and Williams speed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the challenges that the Bears face is being able to cover guys with speed. Because, for example, I know Brisker just seemed to can't cover guys with speed, and CJ in the slot, he definitely has problem covering anybody that got any speed. So they got to be able to keep those guys in front of them, because McCaffrey was making guys, man, he's making guys look a little silly. And plus, also, even when Brock Purdy rolled out, ran the ball, I mean, how many times were they just going to break containment and just let him get outside and he either just dipped or threw something to a wide open guy, or I think he ran it in, 2 times in the game?
Yeah, what was interesting though is that that's normally the side that Sweat plays on, and Booker was on that side and Sweat was on the other side, and Booker was just the same thing you tell your high school defensive end not to do as far as dive in, find the mesh point, and all that. He just running in, and Purdy was running right behind. I'm like, is he even paying attention to what's going on? I have no idea, but he was knifing in very bad.
Well, nothing else. You would think that Dennis Allen puts together a better game plan than having a cornerback one-on-one with a slot receiver most of the game. So I'm hoping he can scheme that up a little bit better than what we've been doing, because you shouldn't have Detroit ever being able to look at us and say, oh yeah, they're the main man. We can't keep up with those guys. So I'm hoping DA comes up with something a little bit better than that.
Yeah, I agree. It's still about discipline, right? Because you know what your discipline is, and you can't just crash down on the end, because even with Detroit, I mean, if you let Gibbs get on the outside of you, I mean that guy could take it 95, 99 yards. you may not even grab his shoestring if you let him get outside. So they're gonna have to show some discipline. I mean, I don't know what Detroit mentality is. I don't know if they checked out on this game or do they want to still show bend up. I guess it all depends on how they're approaching it. They did sound like a broken team last week, that they was kind of disappointed, and even the coach sound disappointed. But hey, sometimes you get up for your ex-coach regardless of how the season going.
Yeah, yeah, and I just think, Dan Campbell is a coach that's gonna try to keep his players up, but they have so many. The injury report came out today, and they got so many people on
Mm-hmm.
the end. I mean, we gonna be going literally up against a mass unit, a bunch of practice squad players. Like you mentioned, Keith, you got Panay Sewell out, um, a bunch, and I can't call their names right now, but you're talking about a bunch of starters that's ruled out, not even questionable. They ruled out for this game.
Yeah.
So the Bears need to just be able to take care of business. Take care of business, and let's do this. Let's do this. Take care of business. Take care of business.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at I'm feeling good about the Bears right now, and I'm laughing at a nickname that Kevin Byard gave Colston Loveland this week, and he said, "I'm gonna start calling this dude Third and Colston."
Third and Colston.
We get an opportunity this game to see the difference of what Colston Loveland brings to the game versus Sam Laporta, because everybody talks about how Ben Johnson, his offense was enhanced by Sam Laporta. I think it's going to be even stronger seeing what Colston Loveland brings to this game. He's kind of a little bit out of his shell, and between him and Luther Burden, I think they're going to show it's time to let that monster out of the bag and see what the Bears offense looks like instead of after 2 games, after 17 games against they former rivals. So we're going to see how that works out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that Plank when he called him Third and Colston. He has been our go-to guy the last few weeks on third down. And man, some of the catches he make, I keep saying his hands are so soft. The way he kind of, I don't know his hands soft for real, but
I ain't been out there massaging his hands or nothing.
Right. But the way the ball just kind of sinks in his hand it's so smooth. And this guy, I know earlier this season when he was kind of helping him block and chip a lot when Braxton Jones was playing, and then there was this thing of the Bears might have got the wrong guy because Ty Warner?
Ty Warren, yeah.
Ty Warren was outpacing it. Well, he's pretty much been caught up with him. He pretty much caught up with him with really not even being targeted, but one to 2 times the first 5 or 6 games, right? So he's came on real strong, man. And I think all our rookies have. I think somebody mentioned the last show. All our rookies have actually made a great showing so far.
I think they the difference this year. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And if y'all go back and look at week 2, and see Braxton Jones at left tackle,
yeah.
it's a totally different. It's a totally different.
I told you we started winning when he got out of there.
It's a totally different offensive line.
Hey,
week 2, Braxton Jones was over there, and they had Colston Loveland over there trying to chip with him, but even with the chip, Braxton Jones was getting beat, and which is where the sacks came from in that game. So just the fact that the Bears are where they are now versus week 2.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bears started 0-2, and now we're 11-5. So I mean, the Bears have went 11-3 over the last 14 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Without
big.
Braxton Jones.
That's big. that is huge.
I'm still on them soft hands. Like your boy Ray Charles in America is like, now wait a minute. But if y'all want to have some type of something good to think about, Colston Loveland didn't have a catch.
Nope. Guy had something to say and couldn't say it. Guy had something to
They
say and
mad
couldn't
at
say.
you, man.
They so mad at guy right now. But I believe what he was gonna say was Coastal Loveland didn't have a catch in that game. I think he had 1 or 2 targets in that
One.
game.
One target.
Okay, he had 1 target in week 2, and he had 0 catches. So just look at where that was and where we are now. So this is huge. This is huge, man.
Yeah. But we'll be all right. I'm looking at the injury report too. So
let's see.
So with the upcoming game, do you guys see us doing more run the ball and only pass to augment that, or do you think that Ben Johnson wants to prove, hey, I can implement this running my offense anywhere? So I don't know which one's going to show up. That's why I'm a little bit concerned about it.
Trip Amon St. on every target. They'll triple.
It's gonna be
53-16.
Right. I just laughed at
Yeah.
that. Sex Machine say 53-16. I
That's
ain't gonna go that high. But I think the Bears. But I do think the Bears are gonna. I think they're gonna try to shorten the game, run the clock, and get the hell out of Soldier Field.
That'd be good.
To me, that's the easiest way to do this. You know, as much as I would love to see Caleb throw for the 4,000, that ain't important right now because that could come down the line. But I do think I can see the Bears running the football just constantly to speed this game up, get out of Soldier Field with a win, and go home and get prepared for the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of catching up with these comments now. I'm working on my phone, so it's a little bit harder to see the comments as it is with my laptop. Man, that 53, what's it, 53-16?
53-16.
I ain't mad at them. If you go blow your wad, blow it all.
I mean, 53-16 mean Caleb might throw for 400. 53 points on the board? Ooh. Or is that half Tyson Bajan in there?
You got to remember a couple things, though. You know, Detroit still has Aiden Hutchinson over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And he's going to be a good test for the offensive line. That's about it, though. But
Hey, you know what? I want to run this clip before we get too far into this game. I know we've talked a lot about it, but one of the changes that we've had experienced since the early, excuse me for looking down, trying to find a video, like I said, it's a little different when I'm working on my phone than on my laptop. Here we go.
Manungai, sensational right from the start. Manungai unleashed again into the second and third level as he continues to. First place in the NFC North on the line. Williams gets rid of it. Manungai, what a roll to roll! Manungai, head down, still going, and finally shoved out of bounds. He got through Xavier McKinney and a big play for 34. Astonishing in a way from the 13-yard line to start this drive. And another great run here. This is Manungai taking it out past the 40. You know, we were laughing in the meeting. Manungai takes the catch. Holy cow.
oh, yeah.
Man.
Hey, when I tell you Manungai put Xavier Williams on the Soldier Field turf,
Yes, he did.
a couple of weeks ago on that sideline run, that was the backbreaker in that game for the Green Bay Packers. That was the run that snatched their soul. That was unbelievable.
Man, watching that, I just looked and I said, he looks like a rolling ball of butcher knives, man. Rock'em sock'em robots.
Man,
The running back. I mean, it seemed like he wasn't even looking for an open space. He was like,
no.
Who's the next dude that I want to get some?
He intentionally looked for the contact. Was like, I'm going to run somebody over right now, stay in bounds, and continue to churn the yardage on this play. That was unbelievable.
You
Unbelievable.
remind me of
That was the soul snatcher.
you remind me of a prime beast mode.
Yeah.
That was the soul snatcher.
Yeah. Yeah, I
All
wanted to
need
show that
do is to see
video.
him give a stiff arm, just like.
Yeah, I wanted to show that video because when we played Detroit the first time, primarily we only had one running back at the time, which was Swift. I think Mononga got in for a carry or so, but not too much because he was really still
Nursing
getting
the
in.
injury.
He's nursing an injury. He had missed all preseason. So he probably was still getting in game shape. Here's the funny part. We were talking about what's up with Roshan Johnson at that time, right? And now all of us like, who?
Is he with Velvet Jones?
Yeah.
Is he still on the roster for real though?
Yeah, they put him on the injury reserve.
He on injury reserve. He done. He's done.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. But we talked about it even in the offseason, how we talked about how we was going to upgrade at running back. And I think that Swift and Mononga really kind of hurt us, and they was like, "No, we good, dog. We ain't got to upgrade." But I think that again goes with coaching. Eric Bieniemy, from the clips that I have seen with him coaching these running backs, he has given them the autonomy to be like, "Hey, this is what we need to do." If you look at Swift is running so much different this year than he has in the last couple of years. And it's just like, oh my God, where does the change come from? And that's coaching. Yep. And I tell people coaching is everything. And that started with Eric Bieniemy. He got these guys running low with their pads and bringing the pain as opposed to taking the punishment. So you got to give that to the coaching, man. But all kudos to our running back room right now, because they have really, really changed the culture of our running game since the bye week. Since the bye week, they've really changed the culture of our running game.
Well, I mean, you got to look at. There's a couple of positions that's like that too. The wide receiver room with Antoine Randall.
Yep.
When they come out, you be watching the video and be like, "Bring them out, let's go."
Yep.
I mean, when you have the intensity of coaches of that magnitude, and I said that earlier, you got guys that are winners that are coaching positions now.
Yep.
And they not accepting that BS, man. Al Harris, them guys are trying to get those balls to put in that case.
Yep.
They not those position coaches ain't accepting that BS. You got Declan Doyle, you got a whole bunch of other younger guys, right? You got some young guys that's in there as far as young on the assistant coaching side that's requiring you to come on and bring that dog out if you want to be on the field. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
It's pretty amazing to see, the difference year to year from one coaching style to another. Because if you're looking at Swift, he did not look anywhere near like this kind of back that he's shown to be this year. Not only is he doing some inside running, he's decent in that at that point, but he's actually getting those extra yards, that extra 2 or 3 when he needs to pick up a first down. And I didn't see that in him for last year at all. So kudos to the coaching staff. Eric Bieniemy definitely makes a difference.
Hopefully I don't freeze. Hopefully I don't freeze again. But
and he just did.
Hey,
Swift actually running people over too now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. He got this, but now he coming down. I mean, it's like him and Mononga are probably over there like, "Hey, I'm finna get one. You gonna get? I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one.
I bet you won't get one. Watch this. Watch this. I bet you won't get. I'm finna run this dude over. Watch this.
Yep.
Because I believe Swift is over 1,000 yards this season.
Sir.
I think he has hit the 1,000-yard mark, and Mononga not too far behind him. I mean, he would have to have a monster game to come up with 1,000 yards. But those two backs combined, we have definitely put a running game on the field that people need to be afraid of.
Yeah, he's close to 800. I think that's realistic for him. So
okay.
Yeah, what you got, bro?
What I got? I had to get on my cell phone, man. I don't know what's going on, man.
But what I was gonna say is this: you know what? Bieniemy and Randall L. They're not Hall of Famers, but you know these YNs, young nubiles, they'll say, "Oh, this old school guy," and they look back at their footage and like, "Damn." So now it's like an instant buy-in because you got two dogs, former dogs that were coaches, and when they start talking about running and receiving, you got a pin dropping in that place. And he's got these guys believing that they can do what they do. The interesting part about it all is the fact that everybody's bought in. And I believe that because we did lose, I think it's personal. I think it's really personal Sunday.
Well,
Guy, I agree with everything you said, except ain't no such thing as former dog. They call that an old dog. It's like a form of a Marine dog. He's still a Marine. Okay.
And you also got to remember too. You talk about Antoine Randall L. and Bieniemy. I mean, they champions. They got rings.
Yeah.
You know, they got rings, so they know what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
They know what it takes to be in a situation where they like, okay, this is what it takes to win a championship. This is what it takes to get to the playoffs. This is what the work ethic look like. So kudos to those guys, man. And you know, the good thing about it, and never mind, I ain't gonna say that because it's going into a whole nother show. Let's go into a whole nother show.
Looking at Al Harris coached for Andy Reid too.
Yeah.
Al Harris.
I'm doing some research on him, and all of his units have been in the top 3 in the NFL in interceptions. Almost everywhere he's went, that's been his MO.
Yep.
And 19 interceptions, 21. I'm like, God, dog, man. Yeah. His teams have been top 3. Man, he's that's the requirement. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is who I am. Get on my level or get
on
gone.
my level.
But that's what YN, the whole YN thing. They need props and they need proof. Antoine Randall L., Eric Bieniemy, my guy, they could sit in the chair at the beginning of the season and just do like this. Now everybody's, because ain't nobody got no rings. Now everything they say is going to magnify because guess what? I might not like what you say, but you got what I want. So I'm going to shut up and listen. And it seems like it's working, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, y'all mentioned Antoine Randall L. I had to give him props, man, because the first time, let me go back. The last time I took Indiana serious at all is when he was their starting quarterback. When he was their starting quarterback, I religiously was actually looking for Indiana because he was like the other Michael Vick that was in college at that time. Yeah, you turn Mike Vick at Virginia Tech. Then if that game was over, man, you try to catch Randall L. at Indiana, man. You know, between the two of them, you're like, man, look at that guy, man. And for those who are too young, they may not even remember his career at Pittsburgh. And every once in a while, you know, they'll let him throw a pass or something.
He threw a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl.
He sure did, didn't he?
But it was like the first question that people didn't know who he was. They're like, dang, he throw pretty good for a wide receiver. I'm like, yeah, because he got most of the Indiana passing records for a career. And I think he still got it, though, doesn't he?
And I just want to go back to real quick to the comments before I lose it. Simeon said that Al Harris, we're gonna lose Al Harris. We might lose Al Harris because Eberflus is gonna get fired. Eberflus is gonna get fired in Dallas, and I believe that Al Harris may be a top candidate for the defensive coordinator job there. And if Hafley leaves Green Bay for whatever reason, they may want to look at Al Harris as a defensive coordinator. So, you know, we got the good thing about our staff is our play caller is the head coach. And as long as the head coach ain't going nowhere, the play caller stays.
Yeah.
Al Harris,
I talked about this
Al Harris is definitely going to be a hot commodity.
I talked about this a couple weeks ago. As far as trying to locate and identify young coaches now who can potentially come in case you have a change. And very interesting fact. You guys ready for this one? The new Packers defensive back, Trayvon Diggs,
Mm-hmm.
when he was able to play and knew how to play, Al Harris was his DB coach.
Oops.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When he had 11 interceptions in Dallas in
yeah.
one
Mm-hmm.
season.
Yeah.
That was Al Harris as his
Mm-hmm.
DB
Yeah.
coach.
Mm-hmm.
But when Al left, so did his ability to play. So, yeah, well, anyway.
Well,
That's
I think that's one of those things that you be careful what you ask for. Success has many fathers, but failure is always a bastard. So what ends up happening is when you
What
out
the?
there, well, that's one of the things, right?
Hold it, Plank, hold it. Hold it, Plank, hold it, Plank, hold it, Plank.
Okay.
oh my God.
Say that again. I have never heard you say that again.
That's what I'm saying.
Success
Say
has
that.
many fathers, but failure is a bastard.
Oh
So
my God, I
Well,
love it.
man,
that's what
I
happens
love
do
it.
we at least get SNAP benefits?
my point in that though, when you get a team like the Bears that are having success because they've got the entire staff together, sometimes some of the guys start saying they're successful because of me, or they're successful because I did this. So you can't, you gotta kind of try to stick together and get through that stuff. I think Bieniemy is overdue as an offensive coordinator. I
Yeah,
don't
he
know if
is.
it goes back to Kansas City or whatever. I also think Al Harris is absolutely ready and prepared to be a defensive coordinator, if not a head coach. So, but with that, when you start getting the Declan Joyles, this is his first real job as an offensive coordinator. That's like, yeah, I need to leave too. Some of these guys end up following some fool's gold. So,
You know
Yeah,
what
well,
though? And it's kind of
I'm not
off.
worried about. I'm not worried about Declan Doyle leaving. The enemy and Al Harris are really the only two that I'm really worried
Yeah.
about because
yep.
I really think that Matt Nagy is gonna get a head coaching job somewhere.
Man, Matt Nagy,
Unfortunately,
they told Matt Nagy
and
for the rest of the season, don't even drive, just catch a bus. No
and
Uber, nothing. But you know what?
and I
Here's my
think that
problem
they
with Eric Bieniemy, man. My problem is he's qualified. He's basically his work is shown and everything. But then you had some detractors, and then you had, I ain't gonna say no names, Shady, hating on the dude out there as now a former player who's now a pundit, and I think a lot of times when people start talking, they start believing it instead of just looking at the dude's work. They say he's got an attitude problem. Don't look like he got an attitude problem right now because he put it on them running backs. You just see what they doing. So I hope and pray. I'd love to keep Bieniemy, man, but I'm all about brothers who deserve their chance to get a chance.
Yeah, that's the problem in the NFL, though. You could be qualified, but you also colorfied. And
Yeah.
so that's the problem that's in the NFL. You can have all the things on your resume, but you may not fit because of the Billionaire Boys Club.
So when they get that, so when certain people get their crayons as kids, they always break the black ones, huh?
Yeah. Well, my saying wasn't as in depth or as cultivating as planks.
That was a winner chicken dinner right
qualified and colorfied, but bastard, child, and some other stuff. I don't know what the hell's man.
Hey,
Man,
you know what? I don't want to get off
basketball.
point, but I do want to address what Paul Martin just put. You know what? That's an interesting comment because the Ravens play the Steelers this week.
the Steelers Sunday night, last Sunday night game.
And my take on that, whichever coach lose might get fired.
They should be fired.
Whoever lose might get fired. Because the reason I say this, and I'm gonna get back to the Bears. There's trouble in the Ravens locker room, supposedly, between Lamar Jackson and
John Harbaugh.
Wow.
And I think the reason I think this is true, this is probably why they reached out to Deion Sanders to possibly get Shador, but to not make it look like it's a problem, they wanted to get him late. Because I think they was preparing for life without Lamar. but I think this might have backfired on Harbaugh. And if he loses this game, if you have to choose between your quarterback and the coach, I'm going to choose Lamar Jackson.
You're going to choose the quarterback,
But
right?
I'm
you
gonna
know
choose the
what, though?
quarterback. I'm gonna have to
Hey,
let him go. And I think the comment about what you call it, that's a possibility too, because the Steelers have gotten this position, and the Steelers could have wrapped this up 2 weeks ago, winning this division. And if I remember correctly, they done lost 2 straight, and this is why they're actually in a situation that now they have to beat the Ravens just to get in there. So that is a possibility. But yeah, but anyway, unless y'all want to drop it, I want
They already got the 9 wins. They don't care about nothing else after that.
Yeah.
Because
Winning record, right?
the bottom line is, if the Steelers fire Mike Tomlin, he'll have a job tomorrow.
He sure will.
if he wants one.
If he want one, he'll have a job tomorrow. He'll
Yeah.
have a job tomorrow. So, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But getting back to the Bears game right now, I feel like, it's week 18. It's fan appreciation day at Soldier Field. So let's take care of business. We got to run the football. We got to play good defense. We need to see some pressure from our defensive line, which is what we haven't seen pretty much all season.
Besides Booker.
We've had, besides Booker, but those are really just flash plays. They're
Yeah.
not consistent. They're not consistent. Even with Montez Sweat against the Packers a couple of weeks ago, he flashed. He didn't stand out. He flashed at the time that we needed him to flash. But we need to see some consistency going into the playoffs right now with our defensive line. I just think the Bears need to come out and handle business on Sunday. Put Detroit behind us, and let's get ready for the playoffs. I don't want to look ahead, but I am thinking I'm going to pick the Bears this week to beat the Lions 27-17.
27-17, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like it.
We already got a 56 to no, was it 53? Let's see if I can find that. I know that was the first comment.
56 to 16, I think.
53 to 16, I think it was. 53 to 16.
And the only thing I'm trying to figure out is where the 16 gonna come from. I didn't even think about the 50 part. You know what? As we go through this whole thing, and you were talking about, I'm not trying to get off the subject or whatever, but you talking about Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson leaves the Ravens. I was looking at Edgar Allan Poe. The first line is, then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fantasy and a smile. And at the end, it says, quoth the Raven, nevermore, which means the Ravens ain't gonna probably win nothing if he leaves. I'm back.
Right. That's why it's not happening. It's hard, in my opinion, it's harder to find a franchise quarterback than it is to find a head coach, especially when you got pieces in place and he's blowing it. I mean, you got everything you need, but hey, I know Jay gave his score. Will y'all ready to get the scores, or y'all want to go for 2 for 2 first?
2 for 2.
Let's do 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Okay. Hey, guy, we're gonna need you to say the 2 for 2. I'm having a hard time finding it on my phone. Some of this stuff ain't easy to find.
2 for 2.
Okay.
Man, my uvula hurts.
Hey, thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, join the Bears Banter Talk Show page. Leave the notification on YouTube so you get notifications when new material drop. 2 for 2 is where we pick the 2 worst teams and the 2 top teams. And since it's week 18, the final week, we're gonna, man, this is just the worst teams of the season. Now at this point, I'm gonna say that my bottom 2 are the Ravens, not the Ravens, the Raiders and the Jets. No, the Raiders and the Jets. Those are my 2 bottom teams. And right now, through 18 weeks, my top teams are the Patriots and Seattle.
Who's the starting quarterback for the Jets?
Yeah, exactly.
Me.
Never mind.
Me.
My bottom 2 teams are also the Jets and the New York Giants.
Oh, yeah.
And my top teams, I'm going with the Patriots, New England. Those guys are bringing it. And my second top team, Chicago Bears.
The Bears. We already know.
Bears.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like it.
The Bears.
Well, my bottom two teams, I'm gonna go the Jets and the Raiders as well.
Mm.
And for my top two teams, I'm still not ready to put the Patriots up there, just like a lot of people ain't ready to put our Bears up there. I'm still gonna go with Seattle, and I'm gonna go with the Rams, who actually play each other tomorrow night. So that's gonna be really, really interesting.
Mm.
And it's actually going to define the seeding in the NFC North, in the NFC conference for the playoffs.
Did you see the
Hey,
Rams this week?
Yeah, the Rams. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
hey,
Even though
my
they,
Jet-
Seattle plays the
even though they
49ers
lost,
this week.
the
I
Seattle
got
played the 49ers. You're right. Even though they lost to the Falcons, I still gonna. So if that's what you're saying, I'm still gonna put them up
That's
there
what
in
he
my
said.
top two right now. Hmm.
I got the low. My bottom two, of course, is the Jets and the Raiders, but my top two are the Patriots and the Jaguars.
Mm.
The
No.
Oh,
Jags
Okay.
is
I
playing.
like that. I like
The
that.
Jags
Oh,
is they sitting up where
really?
I
everybody's
like that,
talking
guy.
about. They talk about everybody else. The Jaguars just getting dubs, man. They done won 7 in a row.
I
Got to
like
go
that,
with that.
guy. I
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Okay.
Without their two best receivers.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, hey, Simeon, he has a 2 for 2. It's the Raiders and the Jets, and his top teams are who he has: the Bears and New England.
In New England. Yeah.
I
Okay.
ain't mad.
Okay, Simeon.
Hey,
Thanks for the
thanks for
content.
your input. Yeah.
I am going to go on a limb here, and my 2 for 2 has been the same all year, man. It is going to be the Arizona Cardinals,
They
Good choice.
terrible.
who
Yeah.
They
absolutely
terrible. They
Yeah,
suck.
terrible.
that right there.
They
They are
suck.
terrible.
Man,
Y'all feel that?
they even cut your video
All
off
right,
quick.
Arizona Cardinals.
It's a T on conspiracy,
No,
man.
man, they tried to get me. They tried to get me, brothers. They tried to get me, man. So
Better put some on their
yeah,
books.
so I got the Cardinals, and I gotta go with Tennessee still, man. Until they get together. But my top two teams is still gonna be Denver. I'm not fading away from Denver. I
Okay.
don't care about what the Patriots do. They play one of the worst schedules in the whole dang on thing. We're
No, no,
playing
no,
with
no, no,
Denver.
no. Don't say that. Don't say that. They playing the first. They playing the last place schedule, just like the Bears, just like
They, but
Denver. Just
there's a different
it
last
is
play
what it is.
schedule. No, no,
No, it's
no.
not.
We
No, it's
haven't
not.
played some of the teams they have
Go
played.
ahead and pick your. Go ahead and pick your top two. And we, if
I
you want to
was
talk about
until I
last
was
place
so rudely
schedules,
interrupted. I was rudely interrupted. I was in the middle of giving my spiel and while I was picking mine, and somebody
because that
decided
last
to
place schedule
interrupt me
stuff, that last place
because
schedule stuff don't fly with me.
the last place schedule is different schedules, and their schedule has to be worse than ours. But at the same time, Denver, don't do it, and the Rams. Even though the Rams have lost last week, they lost without, they got to put it all back together. And did Devontae Adams play last week?
Nope.
Yeah, he
No.
had some type of sprain, didn't he?
Nope.
Well, I'm just saying that's why they got beat like that. Anytime you can throw the ball to him and Puka Nakua, you'll be all right. Now back to
Mhm.
you, Jay.
I was
Back to
just getting
you.
ready to say. So let's get
Back
back
to
to
you,
it.
Jay.
Have y'all noticed? Have y'all noticed? Have y'all noticed who in first place in the AFC East?
The Patriots.
What did they? What place
Mm-mm.
did they come in last year?
Last.
They came in.
Last.
What is one of the worst? What is
Who's
one
in?
of the worst
Who's in? Who's in?
divisions?
Who's in first place in the NFC North?
The
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 Bears.
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 What was they at last year?
Whose
Last.
division is better?
All our divisions are pretty much the same because
Yeah, last year we had three teams that went
we
to the
had three
playoffs.
teams. We had three teams
Last
that
year we
went to
had
the
three
playoffs.
teams. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we had
So
three teams.
you looking at the AFC East. They got two good teams, but last year the Dolphins were pretty much okay. So all I'm saying is, if you look at a lot of the teams that's in first place this year,
They
they
were in
went
last place
from
last year.
there was
Hey, you get an automatic 2 wins when you play the Jets. Let's keep going.
but I'm talking about San Francisco. Where did San Francisco end up last year
They was in last
in
place
their
in their
division?
division.
Mm-hmm.
So it still goes down to me saying, I've been saying it all year. Why has everybody downplayed the Bears schedule like they ain't playing nobody? Guess what? You ain't hear that about San Francisco. You ain't hear that about New England. Why? Why? All I'm
Jay,
saying
our
is
You want
schedule
to
is a
talk
little
about
different because
schedules count.
we had to play those 3 teams that were in our division that made the playoffs last year.
Yes.
They don't have that in the American League East.
But what I'm saying, so that makes our schedule a little tougher, don't it?
And the whole NFC East we had to
Yeah,
play
but
too.
We
so
had to play
you're
the NFC East.
contradicting what you were saying because you said they were playing the last place schedule. Some of these last place schedules are you play the
But
teams in your division and they spread it
and you
out throughout whoever.
but what I'm saying is, Doc, you playing the teams in your division, which you are in a tough division,
Mhm.
and then you playing the AFC North, which is a very good division, and then you playing the NFC East, which is a very good division, and then then you sprinkle in the last place teams like the New Orleans Saints and all these. So why was people downplaying the Bears schedule?
That's because
That's
they
all
hate
I'm saying.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Why they downplayed the Bears schedule? We got to play the Packers twice, Minnesota twice, and the Lions twice. That's not an easy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to mention anything about first place when you talk about Packers and the 49ers, considering the Packers are the Packers. And one of the most famous places in San Francisco is the Tenderloin District.
Yeah,
I guess at the end of the day,
Jay, the great point of example that you're making, the AFC North is AFC
North.
North.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yes.
we beat every team in that division, but the Ravens. But everybody else in our division lost to those
Lost
teams.
to them. Yep.
They lost
Yeah.
to those teams in that division. We beat everybody. We beat every team in the AFC East. It was the East. What?
NFC East.
Yep. We beat every team in that division, but the other teams in our division actually lost to some of those teams or tied with them, right? Like, they tied with someone like, Green Bay tied with Dallas, but we beat Dallas. But
Right.
But
still,
yet they
the Bears haven't
downplayed
played
our
nobody.
schedule. The Bears ain't played nobody. The Bears ain't played nobody. Cut it out. Where's the hate gonna stop?
But you got some
They
bad
didn't say
teams
that
that have
about
actually
the Bears.
beat great teams. So
Talk
it
about
kind
the
of
Ravens.
negates all that stuff,
Yeah, Cleveland beat the Packers.
There you go.
Yeah, sure
Also,
did.
13-10.
13 to
Which
10.
Shador is the quarterback. See, so there you go.
And that
NFC
might have been
East.
that might have been his first start. That might have been his first.
It,
Was it his first start? It was
the
somewhere around
NFC
his first
East.
start.
We went 4-0 against the NFC East. Thanks for pointing that out,
who
Simeon.
included the current world champion.
The current world champions. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we get
Yes.
2 divisional plaques.
So we don't but
We won your division too, right?
the
Right.
Bears ain't played nobody. The Bears ain't played nobody. So I'll leave it at that.
But you only as good as your playoff hopes are. Because you remember how they used to talk about, they used to fanboy over Kansas City. Now they don't even mention Kansas. They said, and Mahomes had surgery. And now for sports, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're like the new shiny object until you're not shiny no more. And you just got dropped
But
into
you got to
oblivion.
think about this. In the AFC, the Chiefs and the Ravens could be sitting at home this year.
Yep.
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 That's
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah.
And Mike Tomlin might not have a job.
I think it's time for Mike to move on anyway.
I think so too, man.
I think
I do
so too.
I
Send him to the
I definitely
Falcons.
agree with that.
Send
I
him to
definitely
Atlanta.
agree with that.
Yeah, because if you look at Andy Reid is a great example of when you have to move on. Andy Reid moved on
Left
from the
Philadelphia.
Eagles, and I think he technically had 2 losing seasons with them, and I think it was his first season with them and his last season, right? But if you look at it, it worked out. He's won 4 Super Bowls since then. And the Eagles have won Super Bowl since he left, but they never won any when he was there. So for both organizations, it worked out. So if they move on from IT, he'd be snatched up right away. And sometimes moving to another situation is better for people because I think they're kind of stuck in mediocrity. But hey, with that said, I'm ready to give my score. I have the Bears winning 35-24.
Wow. I had him
that's
34 to
almost what I
24.
got.
Oh, did you? What you got, Quick?
I got 31-23.
Okay.
Okay. I got the Bears winning
Who knows?
33-24.
33-24.
And I had 34 to 24.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, let me read.
You
I think
had
I saw somebody else on here with the. Oh, we already showed the score. Hey, so Jay has the Bears winning 27-17. I have the Bears winning 35-24. Dr. Quick had them winning 31-23. Plank 33-24, and Guy 34-24.
Hey,
Looks like all of us, Jay got them in the 30s.
Hey, let me send out something to your boy Simeon Garcia, man. He said Kansas City doesn't rebuild; they're just going to reload. That's a good. That's a spot on. Spot on.
$60 million.
That's spot on.
What?
Well,
Hey.
they're gonna need a quarterback.
Right.
Quick.
It's somebody out there. Yeah,
I was just getting ready to say it, but I hold my tongue on that one. I was just getting ready to say
They're
it.
gonna need a quarterback and a tight end to start with.
Because my homie gonna be out for a minute. You know, your boy with Taylor Swift, he probably gonna be fat by June.
Right, he going to grab on all that little booty. Nah.
What?
Hey, what they said? They say the views. What they say? The views and comments does not reflect Bears batter. It reflects the doctor. Doctor, man, I say doctor. Quick.
Well, hey, wait a minute. First of all, y'all all know we ain't seen it yet, so
that's all right. Bigger than football.
Okay.
We've seen flapjacks bigger than that thing. No, Lord help.
Hey, you know, we all said this and we said this a bunch of times. When this season started, I know absolutely none of us thought that not only will we not win, I'm just gonna pick a number 11 games. Mm-hmm. Not to be sitting here at the end of the season talking about a 2 seed or 3 seed. I mean, not even a wild card, right? That maybe in my wildest dream, maybe we'd have been talking about a wild card. And one of the greatest things I have enjoyed this season is watching these people backpedal this week about Caleb. Man, Caleb, yeah, I mean, he literally heard a few guys say, man, I was wrong about Caleb. I think that has been the most joy I felt. Maybe not as much as the wins, but to watch guys backpedal on he's not nothing, he's a bomb, and etc. He need to do this and this, and to see those guys, even Shady backed up, kind of did a pseudo apology this week.
Keep Talil or keep whatever his name is. Dude that snatch crab trees thing. He dogged Caleb out like crazy. Nah, that dude is on concrete floor with no knee pads.
That crow is delicious. They love it. They want to keep eating it. They ain't got nothing else to say. So
those are people, but you know what? Those are people I don't even listen to because I love that, man. To me, they like irrelevant. To me, they just saying stuff just to stay on and just to be relevant. They not looking at what we looking at and what other people that actually know football. And I hate to say that because these are former NFL players. Right. Some of the stuff that I hear them say, I just be like, wow, really, dude? Is this what y'all on? Y'all just saying this to stay relevant, or y'all saying this because Deion Sanders was y'all childhood idol, or the things that they were saying about when he was talking about Shedeur Sanders I think Shedeur Sanders is better than Caleb Witt. I was like, really? What?
Wait, who said that?
Shady McCoy.
That's what Shady McCoy said.
He said that about 2 weeks ago.
Shady got PTSD, man. His toe.
Coming up on the Bears game, he was like, I think Shedeur Sanders is better than Caleb Williams. And I'm
Right
like,
now,
really,
he said,
dude?
right now.
Right.
Right now.
But that's
That's
a
what he said. He
problem.
said
Well, you
right
know he's not in
now.
the league anymore, so he's able to do drugs and stuff like
Trying
that.
to,
Yeah, he mad because
and
how he got
again,
treated in
and
Buffalo and
again,
Kansas City.
and
But
again,
Here's
just
my
trying to stay
problem. My
relevant.
biggest problem with Shady McCoy is he should know what a good quarterback looks like.
Exactly.
He
Because he
played with
played with one.
Donovan McNabb,
He
Michael
played
Vick,
with one.
Bowles. He played with Brady, Patrick
yeah,
Mahomes. This dude, he's had good quarterbacks around
look,
his whole life. So for him to come out and say stuff like that, obviously he doesn't know what he's looking at.
I
Did
don't
somebody
listen
say
to that
Brady?
cornball,
Yeah, I did.
head so and so
Oh,
because we got the GOAT. We got the GOAT, Tom Brady out here, and Tom Brady is calling it like it TI is. These guys got to understand you were a former professional player. You're going into a genre that's not familiar to you. Stick your head in the book and start looking up some stats and some intel and watching games instead of saying, oh, I just looked at one play. Oh, this is what I see and say. And you can tell the difference between those guys who are former players who do their homework because you got Shady McCoy. Shady McCoy walk around like somebody put a helmet on his head and just took a hammer and just started beating his head because well, I ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna be
And
nice.
on the
He's an
Did-
and on this last note, I'm gonna say I heard somebody this week talk about how, the national audience, they look at bits and pieces of Caleb
Mm-hmm.
and form their own opinion, where you got people that actually watch the games
Mhm.
and their opinion is so much different
Yep.
from the people that actually just see like the highlights and the bits and pieces.
And
So
stats. Yeah.
it is what it is, but
It's the
we got our
fingernails.
quarterback.
It's the painted
I'm sorry,
nails, man.
did somebody say Thomas Edward Patrick Brady's name? I'm sorry. I think I heard his
Mr.
name.
Brady to you, sir.
He played with Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady.
That's Mr.
Oh.
Brady.
So
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady?
Yeah,
The GOAT?
Mr. Brady.
Yeah. From the
Uh,
Brady, he was a part of the Brady bunch then.
But like I said, the sad part about it is he a GOAT, but he did his homework, and you could tell he's the type of a former player who actually really watches games and not just pieces of it. Because there's just certain nuances that he talks about during his broadcast. I'm like, oh, okay, let me take a look at that.
Yeah.
when we
Yeah. And some of the stuff is just learn.
talking about the GOAT, I don't understand why we still don't include Joe Montana.
Because
So
Joe out here getting his groove on.
I don't think it's as easy as that. Just saying Tom Brady is the
That's
GOAT.
a whole-
Joe Montana played
That's a whole conversation.
Wait.
in the mouth.
That's a
Look,
whole
so
We should
conversation.
have a show on that.
Joe Montana
Yeah,
reminds me
but
of
no, because I'm like, that's a
Yeah.
whole other show.
Yeah, we should have a show on that.
because
Let's do it. Let's
Joe
do it.
Montana is like LeBron. He played with all the Hall of Famers.
No.
Yeah, he did.
He played in an era where they could actually hit quarterbacks. There wasn't no.
He was
don't hit
throwing
him
the ball to
in the
Jerry
knee.
Rice.
That helps.
Who was
The great-
Brady's top receiver?
The greatest wide receiver
Randy
of all
Moss,
time.
probably.
Who was Brady? Randy. He only had him for 1 year.
Troy
And he was
Brown.
Super Bowl.
You talking about Troy Brown, Wes Welker,
Right.
a whole lot of other
Gronk.
guys.
John Taylor.
John
Gronk.
Taylor,
Oh, that was. I'm sorry. That was on the other side. Roger
Yeah.
Craig.
Roger Craig,
Yeah.
Dwight Clark.
Hey,
Dwight Clark.
hey, Joe Montana was so good that Steve Young took his job and did the same thing he did.
When he was 75 years old.
I'm just saying,
You
and
know,
the offense was better because Steve Young could run.
This will be a good post.
Let's have this show. I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on.
Yeah, let's do
I'm
it
ready.
post Super Bowl. Let's talk
Greatest
about
quarterback.
the greatest
of all
quarterback.
time?
All right,
Yeah,
Because I got one.
yeah.
'Cause I definitely got one. But okay, we
Yeah.
can do that.
No,
Yeah,
I would
because
like to do a whole
the greatest skill set quarterback was Dan Marino
Oh,
of all time.
easy. Yes.
I'm
I
talking about
agree.
skill set.
Yeah, I
Skill
agree.
set quarterback.
I agree.
Dan Marino was the greatest skill set quarterback.
He says, man,
Look,
Let's have this argument, bro. Let's do it.
Right.
man, y'all,
Let's have this argument.
y'all don't even know, man. It's Tyson Bajan.
hey, no, but what we need to do is we need to dedicate a whole program.
That's what the Tyson Bajan fans will be like, man. It's Tyson Bajan, man.
Well, you know, brother Baby Oil ain't on here no more, so he ain't said nothing. But we need to dedicate a whole show with a stand-up routine for Shady.
Hey,
Because I'm
man.
gonna tell y'all, the greatest quarterback to me of all time is John Elway. Y'all can say what y'all want to, but John Elway
No.
was
Who was
the
John
dude.
Elway throwing the ball to? He was throwing it to
The three amigos.
exactly.
Amigos.
Who
Well,
was
here's the funny,
Brady? Who
you know
was
Mike
what?
Brady
Ross
throwing the ball?
said John Glennon.
But I will
Brady
say,
was
you know
He
what?
said Mike Glennon.
Because to
Jack
me,
Glennon.
I agree with Quick as far as the greatest skilled quarterback I ever saw was Dan Marino. If Dan Marino wins a Super Bowl, this wouldn't even be an argument, man. Because
It
you
wouldn't be an
got to
argument.
think about it.
But it is.
We old
Hey,
enough to remember, but think about this. We old enough to remember when Dan Marino was playing. We talk about when he came out of Pittsburgh and back within about 4 or 5 years, even with Montana in there, they were like, oh, that's like one of the
hey,
greatest skilled players I ever saw.
Dan Marino is
Yeah.
the only person to beat the 85
Five
Bears.
bass. Yeah,
Enough
okay.
said.
Is the
Okay, enough said.
only person
Enough
to
said.
beat the number one defense ever
But we
in
gotta
the
cut this show,
history of
y'all.
the NFL.
Didn't
We can
John
argue this.
didn't
We
John
can argue this point.
Montana beat the Bears too?
No, they
The
only won
85
Oh,
Bears
well,
lost
15 and
one
1.
game.
86 Bears. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's where
We
everybody
gotta
was
cut this show
going.
though. We gotta cut
Yep,
this
yep,
show,
yep,
fellas. Because
yep. That's
we done
good.
went to a whole
Yeah.
nother thing.
Oh, new topic,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, let's pick that up at the Super Bowl, and
At
you
the Super
know,
Bowl, we definitely gonna pick that one up.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
the
Matter of fact,
Pablo.
we'll make it a special edition show where you know
Mhm.
we may need more than an hour just because you know
Absolutely.
we
It
gonna have
might
to
be.
bring good arguments, right? And
and
we're
you're
gonna have
gonna have
to
to bring
make
a
it,
Thanos glove too. So come on.
yeah, and we're gonna have to
Yeah,
have to me the
a
change
part
and
one, two,
rules and
part
stuff
one,
like
two, and
that.
3 and 4, like we did for the black quarterback. We might have to have a
Yeah,
Yeah.
part
yep,
one,
like
two,
that.
3
Yeah.
and
Yep, we
4.
might have to do that. Yep, that sounds about
Definitely.
good.
And if
Hey,
Warren
all right.
Moon ain't in that conversation with good, not gonna say nothing.
Hey, so hey, this game been moved to what, a 3:15 game? Is
It's
Yeah.
325. Yep.
3:25?
325.
Okay. Okay, so post game roughly estimate probably about 7:15, something like that, 7 to 7:15, because of this game. Well, it depends. All right, if they start running a lot, the game may go pretty fast, but it depends on what they do. But anyway, until next time, let me see if I can end this right with my phone. Make sure we see you at the post game show. Peace.
Peace.